Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting early today because it came crashing down. For me, it don't hurt inside. I don't know about you, Marcus. It don't hurt inside.
Manny, I'm going to start the show very somber. I'm going to treat it like Hulk Hogan treated his entire career in life. It starts off, you know what? I'm going to start off good. Then maybe I may turn heel by the end of it. And then I become an ultimate racist by the end. And
To a
then I
point.
may just celebrate.
You remember he was racist to a point.
To a point. To a point. Which I already posted on my Instagram. Somebody reposted the audio from his sex tape about his racism. I already put it on my timeline because I don't want people to ask me, "Are you sorry about Hulk Hogan's death?" I am not.
I'm not.
The man, and I was going to talk nice. I was going to start nice, but man, you riled me up.
Let me tell you what I'm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you what I'm sad about. I'm sad a part of my childhood has died. I am not sad about the man had passed away. I'm sad about the part of my childhood that was those WrestleManias leading on where he was the guy, the music.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I'm sad about. That moment of my childhood is gone, and it's just a realization that I'm getting older and these things are happening. I was more sad. I was more heartbroken about Macho Man dying.
I was more heartbroken about Ozzy Osbourne dying this week, or Michael Jamal Warner.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne had to.
Yeah, and we already had a chance to talk about that. But I'm going to start this off, and like I said, I'm going to be very nice. I'm going to bring out childhood Marcus, 6-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever, the one who's been watching wrestling his whole life and watching Hulk Hogan as a child. The red and black, Hulkamania running wild, eat your prayers, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, what you're going to do, hand to the ear, posing, hawking up in the middle of the match, big boot, leg drop, and all of that. He was absolutely, probably, and I don't even know if this is a fact, one of my first heroes that I went, wow, this guy is a hero, and he is someone to look up to. He is a beacon of inspiration. He is going to take down all the no-good do-gooders out there, such as Iron Sheik, Paul Orndorff, Roddy Piper, and the list goes on, and King Kong Bundy and stuff. Mm-hmm. He was the guy who I looked at as he was my Hulk Hogan. He was my Hulk Hogan. Now, he was my Babe Ruth. He was my Michael Jordan. He was my Michael Phelps or Tom Brady or whoever you consider your GOAT. He was up there with so many different legacies. And then you go through the years and it kind of fades away, and you get the Vince McMahon talking about, he's old and washed up. He goes to WCW. And Hulkamania seems to be dead right there. But it comes back with a second version of Hulk Hogan that I think, as teenage Marcus loved even more, was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who I still credit is one of the best heels ever. And I enjoyed the whole hell out of the NWO and all that. Fast forward to multiple years later, in the double digits, he's an absolute disgrace and a buffoon, and I hate him so much. His entire time. I think the thing is about it, it's just being a fraud. Imagine having your hero. Imagine Superman, Manny, or John Cena, as he would say, would come out and just all of a sudden be like, "Oh, I don't want my daughter fucking niggas," and I'm saying it as blatantly as it is because
that's what he said.
Yeah,
that's only what he said. He said he was racist to the point. Fuck those N-words. It was the exact quote he used.
And then, I was watching TMZ right now. They have Ric Flair in there. He's boohooing over the whole thing. And I understand someone your whole life, for most of your life, and he could be your dear friend. And then he was like, he was saying Hogan tried to redeem himself. He was trying to be apologetic for all that.
He didn't. If you ask the roster when he was forced to, not that he wanted to, when he was forced to make an apology, most of them all knew that was not sincere. And they will still say on record today that was not sincere.
Yeah, and not only is it was unsincere, if you were this changed man and you looked into the mirror and said, I am not going to be this person, I would feel like, and I hate to bring this up to the modern American times or whatever, you would not be someone in support of Donald Trump, who is a known racist, and you went on a campaign and gave probably the most passionate speech and the best speech at the Republican National Convention. So fuck Hulk Hogan and his legacy. I understand what he meant to me as a child, but I'm an adult now and I understand what real things are. And this may offend some people, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
No, I totally agree with you. I'm in full support of what you just said. I think people like that should not be celebrated, regardless of he meant a lot to other people. People like that should not be celebrated in death. Much like how like people try and talk up Chris Benoit as a great wrestler. Yeah. His events outside of wrestling overshadow the bullshit the stuff he did in the ring, as far as I'm concerned, and that also continues for Hulk Hogan, because how can you trust a man like that if he's out there going, you know what, I'm kind of a racist, and like we can joke about it because we are not big in the public or whatnot, but him, a public figure, should never be doing shit like that.
Yeah. And just as a human being, not even as a public figure, just and you can say maybe it's the times he grew up in or anything, but as I saw someone earlier and they were talking about something that happened, I think it was John Leguizamo on Bill Maher or something, and he called him out on saying, because Bill Maher said Trump is a man of his time or some shit. John Leguizamo said something simple: most people overcome the time. There's times when you are, you were who you were, but times have changed. You realize this was the wrong side of history. I am going to be the better person. And I don't feel like Hogan ever tried to redeem himself. I just feel like he just came out for these cheap applause. And shame on WWE for keep trying to bring him back. But bravo to the fans for when he started coming back, they were booing him.
That's one of the lasting memories that I have of him is actually him on the debut of Netflix getting booed out of the fucking arena.
Yeah. And it felt good. And the whole thing of, it was Tessa Blanchard is getting the "you are racist" and the Hulk Hogan "we come for you" for Booker T. But I believe that's been 90, I'm going to say 90%, 60% of the world stance on Hulk Hogan for the past 10 years. This guy is a liar, disgrace. And I could just talk about racism. But if you talk about other stories over the years that you hear from other wrestlers of what he was doing and how he acted and how he treated and how he lied, manipulated, and politics his way, he just comes out more scummy than ever. Like when you go into the Vince McMahon documentary, you hear how he was single-handedly one of the main people who helped stop wrestlers from forming a union when Jesse the Body Ventura tried to form that, because they really did, and still to this day need one. And he's interrupted that. You can talk about minor stories of him and the Undertaker, when the Undertaker is just a young guy in the business, does a tombstone on him, and then he pretends the Undertaker broke his neck and tries to keep saying, Undertaker got to carry this, think he hurt the golden goose and whatnot. He's like, oh, you got me, brother, and all that. Undertaker still joked about that up until the other day or something. So I just don't feel like it's a life that should be celebrated. You can celebrate your childhood, your times that you had with him, and the moments. Like, to me, WrestleMania 6, I've said this numerous times, one of my all-time, if not my favorite match in WrestleMania or wrestling history. Not the best match, but it just had two icons who were absolutely deplorable people, but I didn't know. The Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, face-to-face. It was just two titans colliding. You can still have those moments and cherish it, but at the end of the day, fuck off, man. Fuck off.
The other thing that gets to me is you are the fucking pinnacle of wrestling, right? Of his generation. Why he's way past his career at that point, like for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You don't need to embellish anything. You don't need to fucking lie about doing things.
Yeah.
You were the fucking man. You didn't need to bask in that and try and get yourself more over than you needed to. You were Hulk Hogan. No, but you had to continue the lies and seem like you wrestled 100 times in 24 hours or whatever
whatever his lie. They got
that-
more and more
whatever that lie
ridiculous.
was.
Yeah, they
The
get
lies
more and
got
more ridiculous as they go on.
Yeah, it's just like, what were you trying to gain from this? Like, I was just like, the more he opened his mouth, the worse it got for him.
Yeah.
Even regardless of whether it was racist or not, the more he opened his mouth, it just got worse and worse for him. He tarnished a legacy.
Yeah. It's absolutely his insecurity. I'm assuming that's all it has to be. For every single thing we've criticized him for, his insecurity. Whether it's lying about having 1,000 matches in a year or what was, I think he made a lie about he was going to be lead guitarist for, like, I think it was Kiss. I can't think of the actual rock band, but they wanted him to join, but he chose pro wrestling or some nonsense like that. All these lies, they mount up, and it shows you the lack of character. It shows the lack of human being he is, and it shows that his insecurity. And you know what? At the end of the day, I don't feel bad about his death, but I do feel bad about, like, damn, that's how you're going out. It's a horrible way to go out. I just feel like just going out in disgrace. Like, this just seems like it's the worst way to go out. Like, you can have all these accomplishments, but then at the end, in the shadows, it's just absolutely horrible. Your skeletons in your closet are absolutely horrible. And you just kept hearing more Hogan.
Let's read some of the news.
It's the chat, you mean? I'm still
sorry. Levi said, I'm at the San Diego Comic-Con, about to head to the WWE panel. This will be interesting.
They're going to celebrate it.
Wes said, Manny, we American Blacks have said goodbye to Hogan years ago. We love the song, the 24-inch pythons, and we love the NWO. Trekopedia said Solo Monster was talking about how we hadn't heard from Hogan recently and something was wrong. Yeah, I think I heard that that Hogan wasn't faring well after a surgery. But yeah, again, I didn't necessarily care as much. J.K. Smush, Levi said J.K. Smush got his wish. I do want to hear from J.K. Smush today.
I know I want to hear the comment, but I'm sure whatever he hear from, I don't think he got his wish, because I think it would have been a lot slower death. It would have been like smoking a brisket for 18 hours. That's how you want to go. But I did hear you did hear the kerfuffle about his health, about like the surgery, and that he wasn't able to speak. I think you heard it from Bubba the Love Sponge, who I guess is still in contact with him after whatever they were doing together in their fucking out relationship. And to me, it was whatever then, and it's whatever now. Like, I would rather spend my time talking about people who actually meant something in this world who died this week. Like, we brought up Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. Yes, Bill Cosby is a disgrace, but the show led on. Theo Huxtable was the original teenager of television, and that you'd be like, oh yeah, that's an idiot kid right there, or whatever. And then I'd rather talk about Ozzy Osbourne, who revolutionized some of the music industry and stuff. There's so much more important things going on. And I feel like Hogan's going to dominate the news scene today, tomorrow, or whatever. And on SmackDown, I'm sure they're going to have some type of tribute or whatnot. But it's not going to be the truth. It's not going to be honest of who he really is. And I'm sure they're going to filter in some random black people in there to say some good things about him. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be pure propaganda.
Who's really going to say anything?
Oh, they'll get somebody on there. It doesn't matter. They'll find somebody. It could be an old clip they use or something, or it's just saying Hulk Hogan really revolutionized the industry or something. But
Rika, the racist dog, is in mourning. You can hear her in the background.
Jasper hawked up on a cat today. I was concerned.
Wes said, real talk, I was more upset when Benoit Eddie died before we heard the news. Levi said he was racist enough said. Amen, Manny. Luchador, who we haven't seen in a while, said, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Rest in piss. He was also creepier about his daughter. That's why he got along with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump's creepy about his daughter too.
Yeah. Like, he was, I believe there was a tweet. I was texting Ryan before this, who was making random jokes about the Klan is going to be somber tonight. At the cross burnings tonight, it's going to be a somber night, brother. Oh
no! What they're going to do is put the feather bows around the cross with red and yellow, and the other one with black and white, and then they're just gonna burn them.
Also in other news, Mr. America has passed away too. Whoever that mask man was. I heard he's the father of El Grande Americana. But I forgot what I was gonna say before I got to all this. Hey, Manny yelling at the dog. Just stop. You can't talk about Hulk this way. But fuck, what was I gonna say about texting Ryan back and forth? Whatever. It was something else.
What's gonna happen to Real American Beer? They'll move on to the next person behind it. It's not it's not a specific Hulk Hogan beer.
Tim Allen.
Oh yeah, that wrestling company out. I think he was more of just the name to get that company around. I think they'll still go ahead because they got a Fox deal. But they'll probably have to get a bigger name on top of it. But they do have Kurt Angle on the project, so I'm assuming that will attract some interest just on the amateur wrestling background of that.
What is this way? Where did Eric chime in?
Forget the lies, Eric. He was a freaking racist. He hates people that look like you. I'm assuming he's talking to you. I don't think there was any news prior to this, was there?
No, it wasn't much. This is the big news story, and I'm sure it's going to dominate all over. I believe there are multiple YouTube streams and channels, and there's wrestlers on there, and it's covered everywhere. I mean, this is a big deal. This is a big news story. This man was an icon of the 80s. He's up there with Stallone or Schwarzenegger and everybody who ran roughshod in the 80s in their action movies and stuff. Like he was one of the biggest stars that in the world at one point, if not the biggest during the Attitude Era and whatnot. He was one of the biggest. So, Jesus. Ryan has not stopped, and he said he's now watching the Hulk Hogan sex tape, and he's in tears, brother. It's just getting ridiculous now. Now it's getting ridiculous. I'm sure he's gonna bring up Hogan knows best, but
he clearly didn't, Marcus.
Yeah. About a lot of things. Even when you hear about like his bar that he had. A long time ago, I remember hearing, and I believe this before I think he came out of the races. I was defending his bar one time, and because he like put a sign up, and he didn't want people with baggy clothes or backwards hats or something like that into his bar, which I thought was a classy place. Then you see the images like, oh, Shaq, and then you realize, oh, he just didn't want black people there.
Wait, that bar is in Florida. No one dresses classy in Florida. You want to dress classy in Florida.
So, yeah, be a man, Hug. Bumping Macho Man tonight. I don't know if there's a heaven or hell, but I hope whatever is afterlife for Hogan, he gets what he deserves. I hope he ends up in black hell where he's like, wait a minute, brother, I'm in the wrong place. I'm in black hell. How did I get here?
Well, wasn't there that quote, Marcus? Let me read it because I did post it because someone tried to question why Hulk Hogan was a racist. Hogan said one of his main concerns after his son was almost killed someone in a car accident, was that he and his family would be reincarnated into a black family as karma. So fuck Hulk Hogan.
That was a real quote. I never heard that way. Jesus. Yeah. So fuck him. I mean, he tried to appropriate a lot of stuff from black people with his dark ass tans and saying brother, I guess. I don't know. But fuck him and his do-rags. But his do-rags not shine as bright.
I think he did.
Yeah, he made up the story about the George Foreman grill. He was never in the running for it. By the way, rest in peace, George Foreman, who also passed this year.
Who went up Bruce Beefcake? Bruce Beefcake is never going near that Hall of Fame.
I might put him in, Manny. I might put him in.
I ain't putting.
I love me some Beefcake. To me, and I guess I'll paraphrase, my favorite Hulk Hogan moments. I'll be nice. Just a little bit. I will give some of my favorite moments as a child. The Mega Powers breakup is absolutely number one. I think that was just some of the best storytelling that he has ever done. I think it may have peaked right there. It may have peaked. I think that was the last good idea of Vince McMahon ever. I'm sure there's been others, but I just thought the Mega Powers breakup was so perfect. As a child, I believed that shit. I was concerned when he went into the room and Macho Man was furious and Hogan had walked out on him and he slapped his finger on his face and then they knock over Elizabeth off the bed and I go, oh no, Elizabeth.
No, because what you just the statement you just made of you were concerned and you don't think Vince McMahon ever booked anything ever good ever again.
I'm just saying.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Let me finish. You are on record on Rory's Retro of saying you were concerned about Val Venus's penis. You were a teenager at that point.
Manny, I'm trying to be respectful. We weren't going to bring up Kai's. We were not going to bring up Kai's in this moment because we all know that's the single greatest moment in wrestling history. But was that good storytelling? No, because you don't know what Yamaguchi-san's backstory is. or his wife. I can't even remember her name. But yes, that was
this is Yamaguchi-san, obviously.
Yeah, Luchador is right. NWO heel turn. Absolutely fantastic moment of shock and awe. It was to the point where I don't even know how it happened because I know I didn't see the pay-per-view live. But I'm assuming I just watched the replay on Nitro. I'm assuming how I got that. But seeing it was just such a shocking moment of he's a third man and he's coming out, he does a leg drop, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And he cuts that promo and people are filling the ring up with trash. And I'm like, Hogan, bad guy, what? Never could imagine. And it would pave the way to what we got now into John Cena's heel turn, which seems like child's play or Pepsi, Coca-Cola brand back then.
Let me tell you something, brother. Can we take that back now? Now that he's dead, can we take that back?
That's my new catchphrase.
The whole. I was a young boy then. I didn't know who the Hulk Hogan man is now. I was a young boy when that happened in '93. Was it '93? Yeah, when that happened in '93.
I thought it was '94. I thought that was your year.
94 was the double.
Oh no, that was WrestleMania 10, huh?
Yeah, 93 in Vegas.
Yeah, you're right. In Caesar's Palace, you're right.
Yeah. I thought that was incredible.
Oh shit!
It's only now as an adult when I go, do you know what? I didn't know Hogan big leagued it at that point. I didn't know, but now that I know, I still think that moment was great because we keep doing this. We keep doing this. We've been doing this in 2025. We've still been doing this.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the funniest, unintentionally funniest memories I have because I know as a child, Manny, this is the first time I would have canceled my WWE Network subscription. I did not understand this as a child. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know if I had like a continuity. Like, I didn't care if Hulk Hogan was champion. I was like, wait a minute. This don't make sense. Why would Yoko challenge him? Like, this is one of the first like wrestling story things that I probably ever criticized in my life. Everything I just let it play out. Even the gobbledygooker, I let that shit play out. I let that shit play out.
Doink was running wild in '93.
I did not care about any of the stories. I mean, I cared about the stories and I bought everything. Whether it was Jake and Undertaker ruining Randy Savage's wedding, I was all into that. It didn't matter. The gobbledygooker, yes, it was questionable, but I was in. I was like, maybe this is going to work out. Hogan going for it with Yokozuna may have been the most tragic thing I've ever seen in my life because I didn't understand how. Because back in the day, Manny, and I explained to you this way, I seen it with no sound. We were watching it.
You watching it through the thing. Yeah.
Watching it illegally, no sound, and so confused. I'm like, why is he the champion? They cheated Brett. They threw something aside. Why is Hogan get to come out and get a title shot? Who's challenging? Just the confusion of it made me sick, and I didn't like it at all. Didn't like any of this. Already mad Yoko beat Brett.
It's very much The Fiend versus Seth Rollins in 2019.
Yeah, the ref stoppage due to not wanting to see him get hit with the mallet, or anytime Goldberg beat the Fiend.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you need to say more about Hogan, but I feel we should move on.
I don't know. I have a question. Do you want to watch Thunders in Paradise watch along? Or do you want to watch No Holds Bar, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny, Three Ninjas on High Noon?
I would say Suburban Commando, then Mr. Nanny, and then was he in Three Ninjas?
He was in Three Ninjas 3, Attack on High Noon or some shit like that. It's like
that. No. And then the third one, well, let's watch Rocky.
Oh, Thunderlips. That's his best role.
Yeah.
You know, I would have gave him the Academy Award for the movie that role in Rocky. Because, like, I believe he filmed that shit before he became really big. Like, not like size, I'm talking, he's always big in size. You know what I mean? Like a big star. And then they had that, and it was like, oh, let's do this shit too as well. Or I may have my history mixed up. But Thunderlips versus Rocky, the second greatest Hulk Hogan match of all time, in my opinion. He got him. I was like, I want to see Hulk Hogan versus Rocky. Didn't care what the situation was. I'm sure I've seen Rocky after WrestleMania 6. I don't know where I'm at in the timeline, but I'm sure I saw Rocky after WrestleMania 6. And I was just like, oh man, Hogan versus Rocky is the biggest thing ever. The biggest thing ever. Especially since my grandfather thought both of them were real fighters.
Leg drop that like button, people.
Yeah. Leg drop the like, or leave a comment on your thoughts and feelings of the passing of Terry Bollea, who might still be alive, depending on Hulk Hogan. I know he's walking. Terry Bollea might be walking around with his little penis still alive somewhere. As Hulk Hogan dies with his 10-inch penis. Just too much weird shit with him, man. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The only man allowed in the courtroom with a do-rag. Ever.
Marcus Ellington said no holds barred, but I'm cheering for Debo.
Get him, Zeus. Get him. Rip. I may go watch some footage of Brock Lesnar putting him in the bear hug and ragdogging him. Even though Hogan would claim he's the first person that got Brock right after he came out the UFC. Hogan, again, lies. Well,
Hogan was out there in the streets saying that he was the first one to rib Brock Lesnar by calling him broccoli.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would have got his
ass. Away, Hogan. Piece of shit.
Oh, also, fuck him. You know what? Firing Jay Lethal from TNA, who one of their premier wrestlers, got fired for no reason, Black Machismo. But you know what? Started something for Jay Lethal, which become the peak of his career, his epic Ring of Honor run when he was a double champ, TV world champion. But the firing made no sense. He technically single-handedly came in and kind of ruined TNA. I believe TNA was like, you know, they were trying to get by. They brought in Hogan to bring in notoriety, but then Hogan kind of just made everything about him and Bischoff and kind of fucked up TNA at some points at that. And they, I would say, never were able to financially ever recover from that on a lot of stuff they've done. And they're still fighting their way back. They're still fighting their way. So, my question to you, Manny. Yeah. You're part of WWE TKO. SmackDown is tomorrow. Your undisclosed company, TNA, is airing tonight. What are you doing? Are you doing a tribute? You got a video package? What are you going to do?
I'll do a video package.
You're not going to cancel the show and have everybody do great thoughts in memory of Hogan?
Hogan ain't bigger. SummerSlam is coming on, Marcus. You got to sell tickets. You got to make money.
Do you say it's the big ordeal for SummerSlam, though? It's a 2-night event.
What has TKO proven to you recently that they ain't all about the money? They don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, business-wise,
WWE Triple H might want to do something. But TKO, if they had the chance to go, no, they would.
So I'm sure they're going to give him a video package, but they may even do some big shit for SummerSlam or next WrestleMania or something, celebrate. I'm sure that they're going to continue to celebrate Hulk Hogan and Delight, even though people are going to reject it.
There is at this moment in time, there's still no show on Saturday. But if I was watching SmackDown, I would be paying very closely to who's wearing those black armbands with a HH on the. Just be paying very close attention to that.
Well, I'm going to say this. Lucky for SmackDown, they purged all the black people off the show. No Street Profits this week, y'all.
Yeah, but they got Aleister Black.
Yeah, he may kick one. He's been going to minorities since he came back. And even when he left, he attacked me, and now he's going after R-Truth, and he's going after Priest. He's out of control. Aleister Black might be the new Hulk Hogan. But, you know, I just don't want it to be over the top. It's going to be eye-rolling. But I'm curious how the people, the general public, I know how we are in this little niche audience we have, or, you know, and the internet and, you know, the smart wrestling fans. Maybe someone will get back.
Oh, this is a niche.
It's small. It's tiny. It's the size of Terry Bollea's penis.
It's bigger than MJF's penis.
Yeah.
Tiny pickle.
By the way, speaking of MJF penis and AEW and penises, Bryan Danielson was another story that was out this week. And I know. And
I sent you this. The moment I read the word penis, I was like, send this to Marcus.
Oh, okay. You see, I see. Manny, I should probably check more your Instagram reels right away instead of waiting. I just saw it online, and I'm going to read this for you because you know what? Enough is talking about Hulk Hogan. Unless you guys in the chat want to continue talking about Hulk Hogan, we spent 30 minutes talking about this loser. I'm going to go ahead.
We given this man way too much time.
The only question I have left about Hulk Hogan is he going to be in his casket, in an open casket with spray painted beard or without spray painted beard?
I tell Marcus, if I had my choice, I'd turn that man, I bury him face down, and I'm spraying yellow along his back. Like he did to various other wrestlers back in WCW.
So this story, Bryan Danielson might be known for his technical wrestling and serious in-ring demeanor, but behind the scenes, his humor is decidedly more below the belt. Nikki Bella from I believe was it Cody's podcast? I can't remember.
I think so, but she also said something else funny on that show. But go on.
Yeah, she said Bryan Danielson loves boner jokes and dick jokes. He loves anything penis. Which sounds like a scandal that was going to come out or something.
Which makes more sense that he is Marcus's best wrestler of all time.
Yes, I didn't realize how connected we are. Brian, do not become a Hulk Hogan. That would break my heart. Bree will always be like, that's what he laughs at the hardest at. And apparently, to no exaggeration, Brian Pessay with penis humor even crossed into his appreciation of pop culture with the fact that TV will show penises now. That's something a wife should worry about. If he ain't just sitting there laughing, if he's just sitting there like, I heard Euphoria got a bunch of dicks on there, I'm going to watch that.
The best penis-related show will still, for me, remain American Vandal Season 1, the penis bandit that would spray penises on the teacher's card.
Yes.
Hands down, still the funniest thing I've seen on Netflix.
I don't know. American Vandal is the most underrated show in the history of television.
It's so good.
It is so perfect. It's one of the best mockumentaries that you have ever done because it's played so straight and they do so much in it. And it's so funny. It's so good.
In that same interview, Marcus, Cody asked Nikki how to get under John Cena's skin.
Oh, yes.
And she said, ask him to have kids and he'll run away.
Let Nikki cook, y'all. Let Nikki cook.
John Cena is a thief of finds children thieves of joy.
Yeah. Shout out to John Cena, who I believe is still in the #1 movie in America or the world right now until Fantastic Four beat it. In his quick cameo as Superman. And the release of Peacemaker. I would claim that. I'll be like John Cena, Manny. I would claim that. I'm in the #1 movie in the world. I don't care if I'm starring there, if I'm even advertised. Don't even care. I'm in the #1 movie in the world.
He was there for less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm still claiming I'm in the number one movie in the world, and it's because of me.
Shall we just move into the rest of the show?
Yeah. Let's pull up some graphics because yes, you're going to tease some show still. AEW title match announced for next week. Manny, I know you didn't watch the end because Hulk Hogan died and you were either mourning or celebrating.
Excuse me, you told me. The correct word of this is, when can you go live? I said I just need to finish the main event of Dynamite. And you were like, you don't have to. So I was like, when I am told I don't have to do anything, when I get to take the day off of something, I will do it.
Yeah. It's an odd choice in main events. I'm just gonna say odd choice. But at the end of the main event, Mox is confronted by Hangman in a set of match where everybody's barred from ringside for the title. And NXT legend or WWE legend returning to the ring, Manny. Who could it be?
Well, it better not be this blue tinted Undertaker.
Man came out fat. I thought Trick could have took him. Trick should have took him. But Trick respects his elders.
You know what? That was one of the worst sells of a choke slam, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Break Monroe has her first singles match. Booker T calls her I forgot what he calls her. It's something with an M, Monroe. He wanted to say Monica Monroe, who is also an indie wrestler, who came out and said, "No, I did not debut on NXT."
I just want to point out, Marcus, I was right, but I'll get to that later. Let's get into Dynamite. So Hangman opens Dynamite. He says he's going to punish Wheeler Yuta for what the Death Riders did to Colt Cabana. MJF tells him he's going to beat him without the contract to prove a point. Hangman tells him he is not going to goad him into giving him a championship match. If he wants one, he's going to have to use that contract or earn it.
Manny.
But he will do neither because he's a child. Oh, you want me to do the voice?
Yeah, you get a strike, Manny. It's too late. When you are doing Hangman's dialogue, you must speak like Hangman Page. You must do it. You have to do it. Otherwise, it's a strike on the whole segment. They don't care what they do in the segment. If they don't do it, if Manny ain't doing the Hangman voice, it's a strike on the segment. Just
all right.
I know, Manny. I know. You're in a grieving of your childhood, or it's crashing.
Yeah, my childhood.
Or the only time your ambiguous ass feels like a real America is when you sing that song. I understand it. But we need to move on, Manny. We need to carry on. Okay, brother? We need to move on.
Okay, fine. You will not goad me into a championship match. If you want one, you're going to have to use the contract, or you're going to have to earn it. But you will do neither, because you are a child, a facade, a gutless coward. And then he makes quick work of Wheeler Yuta, and then hits him with the chain, and thinks about hanging him, but then lets him go.
Yeah, we got a bloody Yuta being hung. I mean, the fucking Yuta chance, which I believe I started. I don't care. I feel like that started in Long Beach. I was yelling harder than anybody, and I feel like I started that chant, and it's been nationwide ever since. But he strangles him to death, or attempts to strangle him, and then be like, you can live.
Then we get FTR versus Jet Speed. I mean, this was a good tag match.
Okay. I'm going to chime in and say something.
Okay.
I'm going to quote Jim Cornette. I believe Speedball Mike Bailey might be the worst thing in all the wrestling. I hate these guys. I hate these guys.
Really? Why?
No, I don't think Speedball's a bad wrestler. I like Speedball as a wrestler. I just hate the team with Jet Speed. I just hate them. I don't know why. I just think everything seems so fake and forced. I understand there's been many makeshift tag teams in the world, but I feel like they're on TV too much when we should have actual real tag teams on TV. And that's my argument. I might be wrong. I don't care. I just don't like Jet Speed as a team.
But Marcus, they got a tag team name now. They've had a tag team name for a while, so they're a registered tag team.
Yeah, but I just don't like them.
Is it because they're called Jet Speed?
Yes, I think it's stupidest name ever. And they look dorky. And I feel like the Hurt Business and everybody else should kill them.
What if they were
Dax 2022 came out?
What if they were called Fly Kick?
Oh my God. I just don't want to see them together, man.
So Kevin Knight is pinned by Dax with the assist from Big Stoke. Stoke says Cope belongs in prison because he isn't a wrestler. He has no business putting his hands on him. Adam Copeland is a cancer to AEW. Adam Copeland comes out. He's made a business deal with the Hurt Syndicate to handle the FDR problem because they hurt people. They end up fighting. Cope tries to spear Stokely, but he gets a security guard. MJF seems annoyed in the back that so seemingly they are now boys with Cope now, and it took him months to get in, and wonders where they were when he was talking to Hangman. MVP yells, which I didn't think he needed to do, that they're in the business of hurting people. And MJF says, that's fine, but how about they get in the business of getting him his title around his waist, where Bobby decides to press him against the locker and say they don't have to help him with his shit, and they ain't his lackeys. Bobby wants him out of the Hurt Syndicate.
This was Bobby last week with Triple H before he left. I ain't your lackey. Well, I would like to give this entire segment and all of this a strike. If you're going to turn the Hurt Business to APA, go ahead, do it. I'm okay with it. But they can't be teamed with this MJF and this breakup that's going on, that they've been together for less than a month. And now they want to tease this breakup. Like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I was like, this is really soon. That Bobby's like, you just voted for him last week to join the group, and now you got your hands around his throat again. This seems too soon, and it seems like you knew what you were getting, and I just didn't understand this. And I don't understand the Hurt Business being a heel faction who did work with Cope, because I was confused by that, and I'm going, what? And this doesn't make Cope look like a good guy. It makes him look like he's a bigger douche.
I have 3 segments back to back, which I just did not like. Mama Wayne put her tits away, and then we understood everything that Nick Wayne was saying, and then I was just like, then as expected, it meant to nothing.
Once he said him and Kip Sabian are going for the gold, I rolled my eyes and wanted to turn the channel. But thumbs up for Mama Rain for putting her tits away while her son is talking. They were extremely muted. She was wearing all black. Maybe somebody told her, hey.
And the background was kind of black, so she just blended in. She was just a face.
Yeah.
A floating head.
I just could imagine Nick with that conversation. Mom, I didn't know your tits was out last week. No one heard me.
Mock says he's ready to go again. Hangman is avoiding a rematch. And then Marina mouths something to the camera, which I did not get.
I forgot what she said. I forgot. I remember
she didn't say anything. She just mouthed something, and then nothing came out.
Oh. I thought she said something, but I thought Mock's promo was good in the bag. He was like, "Yeah, you beat me once, so what?"
Willow said things too. Huh? Willow said things about Thekla, and I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah. Willow was like, "Yeah, Thekla, you ain't all that." And a bag of potato chips. Yeah, you got $100,000. That's a lot of money, but I got a problem with you. We also got the video package of Thekla, Julia Hart, and
Strike.
And Sky Blue? The Sky Blue?
Strike of all strikes today.
Ooh.
Actually, no, the strike of all strikes happened on NXT. But but Marcus, I didn't understand anything that was being said because the music they had playing was way louder than the audio of them speaking.
I thought the strike was Julia Hart just joined the faction called the Hounds of Hell. Remember them? Remember the Hounds of Hell?
And now
never came out together.
The Spider's Web or something.
Yeah. So it seems like Tekla done bought her, and they can all. What they do is they like to hang upside down together. That seems like their whole thing.
Will Ospreay says he's been struggling with a neck injury for the last 10 months, but he's kept it secret from the medical staff. But he did that because he really wanted to get them over the finish line. With everything crossed, he should be back for Forbidden Door. And the Death Riders, he's coming for every single one of those dickheads.
Manny, it seems like I come for Will a lot. It does, right? It just seems like I come for Will.
Yeah.
I'm giving Will a strike.
Why?
Give him a strike. Few reasons. One, protect yourself. We already seen what happened to Adam Cole. don't lie to the doctors or whatever. I don't know what the real situation
I'm not
is.
I'm not even gonna put Adam Cole on that one because I think Adam Cole's thing was kind of handled quite well. I think Kevin Owens one, where I know Kevin probably hadn't told anyone about that neck thing for a while before it got really bad, and then he had to take time. He had to step away.
Yeah, but take care of yourself, guys. Don't go out there and beat yourself up and hurt yourself. Remember, you do have fans out there, and Will, you seem like a generally nice guy. No one wants to see you end your career shortened because of all the matches and risks you take in the ring. So take yourself out. The good news about this is that he seems like he's only out for a few weeks. If everything goes well with his surgery. Yeah, but neck injuries are tricky.
Yeah.
But here's my strike, man. This is why I just get a strike, and this is why I'm picking up Will. Will comes out there, and he's like, "Oh, God, I just want to be in front of you guys in Chicago." He was there last week. I want to perform in front of you guys. I want to tell you guys what's going on. He wasn't there last week. He was there last week, right?
No.
He had to be there last week. It was like
no, they actually sold his injury last week. All In was 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. This is all this 2 weeks ago. You're right. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Then someone sold something in this company. Well, the point is this. We could have stayed his ass home and just sent us a video package. You got on this plane for this long-ass flight to Chicago just for 5 minutes. He's like, I just needed 5 minutes to tell these people. You could have told these people from the comfort of your home. Tell the truth. You can use your plane to get Alex Windsor here so you guys can share the plane and she didn't have to pay for her own travel. Tell the truth, Will.
Billy Starks is in a backstage promo. It says Tony Storm is a musty asshole. AEW apparently stands for Athena Elite Wrestling. I thought this was a decent match. I didn't know Tony Storm taps people out with a choke, but she taps out Billy Starks that way. Billy attacks her after the bell to get Athena to cash in. Alex Windsor makes a save. I am not vibing the music Alex Windsor is using in AEW because her indie music is sick.
So tell Tony, man, now you have Will's ear. You gotta go to Will. Hey, tell Tony to get her real music, man. What's this shit?
Yeah, not good at all.
I was okay with Alex Windsor coming out. It seemed like they were she was out of I don't know. There were some moves or the kicks or whatever. It didn't seem like they connected or I don't know. They seemed out of sync in some of the save, but it was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. It was a nice setup for a Collision this Saturday, which Manny's going to be watching. Not live, but he's going to use his private time to watch some Collision, which is rare air for Manny. I do like the plan of Athena, just go out there and hurt her so I can cash in. But I do not understand why they threw Aubrey out the ring if your plan was to cash in. I didn't understand that. Now you have to wake up the ref and you're running out of time. She could have been champion and Wizard could have never made it there if you didn't do this. I didn't understand the plan.
Maybe this is why she stays on Ring of Honor because she's not the sharpest tool in the drawer.
This was not a good plan. And, she was stupid. She looked stupid in her Shark Week hat. By the way, it was Shark Week on Dynamite. I hope you guys.
Wait. So, on first viewing of that, because I didn't think that was a Shark Week thing. I thought she was trying to be Mickey Mouse from Fantasia.
You gotta do those grooves.
I did not think at first when I first saw her appear on the screen. Oh, it's Shark Week. No, that wasn't my first thought. It was Fantasia.
Yeah, Manny. I would like to also add that was the when people point to the moments when their anxiety began. That would probably be why watching Mickey Mouse struggle with the brooms, the Wizard coming in. No, I love the Mickey Mouse part of it, but that was stressful as hell. The brooms kept reforming. He was trying to cut him with the axe, and they kept multiplying.
Marcus, as a young boy, I thought Pinocchio was real, and I thought if I could be turned into a wooden boy, and I didn't want that.
Is that a part of that? I don't remember. All I remember about Fantasia is the fucking the.
No. But I'm talking about Pinocchio. Part. Pinocchio was the thing that made me think I need to behave. It's not even that. Just be a wooden boy. I don't want to be a wooden boy.
What if we went camping and they went out of firewood and they said, "Hey, we got Manny here."
There's some bullshit match between Swerve and Hechicero. This match ended in a DQ, which is rare to happen in AEW in the first place. But then Bandito and Brody make the save. The Don Callis of the Don Callis family, and then Okada hits Swerve from behind with a chair. And then as Swerve repays the favor, Okada runs away in time.
Yeah, it was a fine match. I don't like I don't have a problem with it, but I'm so sick of the Callis family. They don't have any purpose other than losing. They lost again tonight. I know it's a DQ and it's protecting. No one was pinned, but it's just a bunch of losers. It's every week. You gotta give them one credible win. You gotta give them one at least. Speaking
of losers, Marcus, the Gates of Agony have allegedly now going as the GOA have won $200K.
Manny, what does GOA stand for?
Gates of Agony.
I know, nigga, it's still the Gates of Agony. So Ricochet, shut up, Ricochet, you light-skinned son of a bitch, shut up. You can't say you gave them a new name and just say they go by the GOA. What does that stand for? Gates of Agony. Well, that's not original at all. That's not original at all. Manny, okay, Manny, I'm going to finally title the show. We're going to be the DUMAM show.
The dumb show. The dumb show.
The dumb show. What does that stand for? The Untitled Mania Market Show. Fuck! Not original bone in your body.
They are going to use the $200K to invest in their quest for gold.
I mean, I missed another money matchup, by the way.
Marcus, I'm telling you now, the GOA share is being spent on outfits. It's not being spent on no quest for gold. It's spending on outfits.
Manny,
only the finest entrance gear.
Fashion Week on Dynamite. Sorry, the Gates of Agony. They're gonna be worse than Pretty Deadly by the end of this, and they keep getting money. We had another big money purse match, Manny, on Collision last week with the Gates of Agony, and they won their 100, 200, 400,000?
200K.
I think we need to have somebody out there tracking this money to see how much money is Tony Khan paid in these special matches.
Marcus, if anything, I feel like a federal investigation should be happening by what was the news? What was the newspaper?
The Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal needs to be the Wall Street Journal needs to be investigating all this expenditure on matches that Tony Khan seems to be doing because it seems outrageous.
Seems like money laundry to me, man. Oh, but yeah. By the way, Wall Street Journal might be the last legit paper in the world. I feel like they break everything. They're the only ones breaking real stories. They got McMahon. They got McMahon. And now they got Trump and the Epstein shit. I feel like Wall Street Journal just have their hand. They just being like, we doing this.
They're really the only real reporters left.
Yeah, like they out there doing their job. Everybody else is little bitches. Wall Street Journal is like, we got details of everything. Like, oh. Well,
the last real proper journalist was Trent Krim from the Independent on Ted Lasso.
So on the side note, how do you feel about Ted Lasso and everybody coming back for the new season?
I mean, they wrapped it up pretty well for season 3, so I don't feel like they need a season 4, like you said in the past. 3 to 4 seasons are good, but I mean, they might knock it out of the park for all I know, but it just feels like I didn't need it. I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
At the time, maybe I could have done with more Ted Lasso, but I don't. At this moment in time, they could ruin what they have.
Yeah, I don't need all their kindness and all that. Yeah. Again, like you paraphrased it, I said, but it's exactly how I feel. Some shows should just leave. Just after 3 or 4 seasons, just be done. We don't need all of this shit. I don't need to see the Stranger Kid things in their 40s. Okay? I don't need it.
I kind of do.
I don't need to see Dustin with the curly hair and his buck tube still acting like he 11. The man's 45 years old, got a mortgage. I don't want to see that shit. Just get done with it. I feel like a TV show, and maybe it's just being modern culture. It's like or even the movie series as well. It's just too many hours. I'm at the party for 2 hours. It's nice hanging around you people for this amount of hours and time, but I don't need to see you every day. That's what it feels like. And I'm done. Yeah. I'm done.
So after the GOA, I didn't really know what else happened. I mean, MJF came out there. He basically said the same kind of things at the beginning.
Yeah, it was like important.
Then Mark Briscoe came out.
It led to him and Mark Briscoe, and him talking about his brother Jay and all that, and the same shit going on. And then that led to Briscoe versus Cesaro, and what I think is the most odd main event ever. If you were thinking of keeping butts in seats and announcing your big title match, I don't think anybody stayed around to see these two wrestle for nothing. I just feel like, wait, there's bigger matches on there. I would have ended it with Tony Storm. If I'm going to end the show, at least it has a title. It has a title. Well, it wasn't a title match, but it has a champion. It has a purpose behind it. We had a tease of a cash in, which I'm sick of teasers of cash ins, both WWE and AEW. We get this so much, and every promotion now has a Money in the Bank. So every promotion is holding over their head. Well, I have a contract, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to be weeks on out where they fail or they attempted, and I'm just so sick of it. I'm just tired of it.
I agree. So Marcus kind of already said the ending of Dynamite at the top of the thumbnail. So, I didn't really enjoy this episode of Dynamite.
No, I feel like we're still treading water from All In. I don't know. I understand we do have some of the newer storylines, but I feel like we're in the same storylines we were before All In. Like Hangman is still fighting death riders.
Yeah, that feels like a Backlash story. Like, like you're coming off WrestleMania. It feels like Backlash with that.
Yeah, it just feels like, this is just low quality. I guess we're on the road to Forbidden Door, but I don't see what's so forbidden about it or what we're going to do for it that's special this year, other than being in London this
year. Yeah. You'd think you want to start building to that with some of the new. If you want to do New Japan matches, you don't want these 2-week builds, which I'm getting sick of from both companies. It's not me hating on AEW. I'm getting sick of these 2-week builds. They are getting tiresome. Then they're not, because it's the 2-week build to something, then they move on. Yeah. I want something that lasts a bit.
Yeah, mainly for a real relationship in storylines, like the Don.
Stop giving me these one-night stands.
Yeah, tired of it. I'm done.
Something real. Give me something real.
I spent my time on the indies watching these one-night stand matches and views. Now it's personal. I don't need to watch House of Glory and watch Bully Ray versus who's he fighting? The Corporal would know. I can't remember who
ain't here. The Corporal ain't here.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember who he's fighting in the House of Glory. But I don't need those. I need depth. I need complexity. I need to know, am I the bad guy or the good guy today on who I'm rooting for? Because it seems like it doesn't matter. This ends Hangman challenges Mox, yada yada yada.
Yeah. So I'm not overly liking this episode of Dynamite. Let's move over to NXT. Where it was kind of the same. But they had more stuff going on.
I feel like they have to roadblock. I know it's another name of PLE of the Great American Bash or whatever they did on the weekend, but they continue their storylines as they won. They just seem like progress. Jordan Grace seems to be stalking into the arena. I guess in fight mode, but Ava confronts her. This is how the show starts, right? It's like, nah, Jordan, you're not coming in here.
Yeah, you're banned.
Acting all mad and shit.
How dare you do that? How dare you do that to Robert Stone and the other one?
Stevie
Turner.
Oh.
To be honest, Marcus, I could have said Carmen Petrovic, and you wouldn't have known the difference.
No, I'd tell you who Stevie Turner is. But if Carmen Petrovic walked in and you had her lined up with a bunch of other random people, I go, I don't know, and they don't even have to all be white and blonde. Deal with no. She's so big. So Jordan Grace is, we'll see about that. Very cartoony. And I died laughing because I was like, is this what we're coming at tonight? This is the writing we're delivering.
And it was Shawn Michaels' 60th birthday this episode of NXT.
Oh, that man. I thought he was going for the cake. He's still for the cake.
So we started the night with an eight person mixed tag with Zion Soroka and Hank and Tank versus the Culling. Dark State appeared during this match as the lights go out. Paxley has a doll in her hand, and then suddenly, as the lights come back on, is pinning Zarya. Paxley may have jabbed her in the eye with the doll.
Yeah, it's suspicious what could have happened, but I'm assuming it's implied. It's heavily implied. Zarya got stabbed in the eye. He got stabbed in the eye, and she was like, "My eye, my eye, my eye." I would like to call this Manny the Hulk Hogan match of the week. I know Hogan is against this, but he got to see white people teaming with a black Nubian princess, and I know that bugged him. I know that bugged him just a little bit. Hanging around Soul Roka really bugged him.
No, the next segment is sponsored by. There's a segment later that's sponsored by Hulk Hogan. You know it.
That up as what's going on.
JC Jane and Fatal Influence come out. Whether you like it or not, JC Jane runs women's wrestling. Not so bad for the most beatable champion in history. Claims she did it all by herself without any help. Says she is a history and moment maker, and she is interrupted by Lash. Skirt!
Lash came out as Cowboy Lash Legend this week with leopard print and short skirts and boots and a hat, and I guess new blonde hair.
Correction, hang woman.
Yeah, hang woman.
Hang woman Lash Legend.
Yeah. And she went to JCJ like, JC, I know you're a really talented wrestler. We are all really talented.
Well, she basically said,
give me that belt.
She said, you may be on top now, but you're going to have a downward spiral real fast because it's time for her to lash out. Claims that everyone at Evolution was talking about Lash Legend. She thinks because she was in a battle royal with SmackDown and Raw stars, she can take one of those titles. Jada Parker now comes out. She says she is a walking reality check, the face and the future of the women's division. JC tells them to hash that out, instructs the other two to attack, but they don't, so she initiates the attack. They clear the ring and they argue. Now, if anyone was being spoken about after Evolution, or being spoken about more at Evolution between the two of them, it's very clear that it's Jada Parker. Because all you heard as the segment ended was Miss Parker.
Miss Parker. She did get the biggest reaction to probably if anybody had the segment. Excuse me. And also note, this was not in the Performance Center this week. They were in Houston, Texas, on the road this week. So, in a parent sellout or whatever the hell they want to call it. But everybody loved this Parker. She came out there. And again, I think our dream of teaming them together, Manny, is not happening. Now they seem like they're enemies, and we're ruined. We want them with Naomi.
So Javon is backstage trying to figure out what's next for him. Ricky Sainz tells him not to overthink it, and Javon gives him the exact same advice back as Jasper Troy takes on Ricky Sainz. Jasper puts Ricky through the stage, and then wins the match by a counter.
Yeah, he kills him. I'm giving Javon a strike for the whole night.
Why? He had a pen and paper out.
Act your age, boy. Act your age.
Why? What do you need to do?
You need to have a tablet out or something. I have not seen a 20-year-old with pen and paper in my entire life. Well, not my entire life, since my 40s or late 30s.
I would question why you're hanging around with 20-year-olds.
Well, and Manny, you will question it, and I will talk about Barack Obama. But yeah, I still understand. What was he writing down? I was like, we better working on lyrics. Like, what I'm gonna do next? Like, what can he be writing down? What can he be writing down?
I tell you what, though, his handwriting be bouncy.
do. I heard he has dyslexia. That's why it's so bouncy. It's all over the place.
That's mean, Marcus.
That was mean. I'm done. I rescind that. I apologize, guys. That was our Hulk Hogan comment of the day.
So, I believe this segment was the Hulk Hogan segment of the night, where The Undertaker confronts Trick Williams. Trick claims to be the greatest TNA champion of all time. He ain't happy that the LFG team snitched on him and called The Undertaker. I believe it was the other way. The Undertaker called them.
Yeah. No, he called the Undertaker. Undertaker called him. But he was watching the show clearly. Before we go into further, What do you think of Trick's outfit, man? I thought that man was looking that was Houston. That was Houston. That
Well,
was motherfucking Houston. That
let me
man
tell
looked
you
like
something.
Houston.
I don't like when Lash and him are wearing his and her outfits.
Yeah, that's true. They're both dressed as cowboys. But Trick went, I don't know what Undertaker said that's original what, and Trick was like, you damn right it is. I was like, that probably is. Save your money, Trick. Save your money.
Well, Undertaker is a legend. He ain't ever held down two brands at the same time.
Oh, at the same damn time. Sit down, Undertaker.
Says Undertaker has become soft doing LFG. He calls out the Undertaker. Undertaker says he's got it all, but respect. He could have all the talent in the world, but because of his attitude, it's not a matter of losing the title, it's a matter of when. And the attitude will be his downfall, and that's when the walls start crumbling down, which is what he tries to teach his LFG team. But I don't give a damn about your LFG team. He claims nobody is a superstar like Trick Williams. Undertaker gives him advice, tells him he's a little too light in the ass to step to an OG, which I thought was funny, but then I was like, what does that fucking mean?
Yeah. I understood it. But I was like, Undertaker, you look a little soggy right now. You look bloated. I think if Trick starts throwing hands, you're in trouble. I don't think you're the best pure striker in the game anymore.
Then Trick gets chokeslammed, and Trick sold it in the weirdest way possible, like he shit himself.
Yeah, he just started not seizing, but straightening up in seizing. I don't know.
It was like it's like when you get a stomachache and you can feel the bubbles come in.
Yeah,
like the bubbles are actually happening, and you can't move because it's like if you make one false move, it's gonna come out. That's how Trick was selling it.
But I swear I was watching this. I feel like the Undertaker was coming back, and I don't know why. Like, it felt like they were going to make the excuse that the American Badass is going to fight Trick Williams for the TNA title or some shit.
No, like, because you know what this is.
Who's going to come for this?
You know what this is? It's him trying to get a title match for Shiloh, his boy.
Oh, it's TNA champion. I don't know where we're going with this. I see Undertaker. I'm gonna get Undertaker a strike, not because of anything he's technically doing or did. I know he retired the character Undertaker, but if I hear the gong, goddamn it, I expect cowboy hat and leather. I don't want this fucking biker and glasses and chubby stomach. And if you're gonna come out with an entrance and be big, I want Druids. Damn it! It's been years.
Marcus, Michelle McCool needs to shut the fuck up. She thinks Jasmine Nick. She thinks Jasmine Nick should take on Jada and Fallon should take on Lash. Jasmine agrees on the premise that only a baddie can handle another baddie. You ain't no baddie, Jasmine.
I enjoyed them
arguing. In what streets are you a baddie? In what streets?
I'm assuming that wherever Braun Breaker is at, they're still together.
Braun Breaker is with Izzy Dame.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got them mixed up. Izzy Dame, yeah.
JC says Michelle is a Hall of Famer and Fallon is way better than Jasmine anyway. I know, Rika. We don't like Michelle McCool either.
Yeah, I don't understand why wherever Undertaker goes, Michelle McCool has to go as if she's controlling him, and I don't like this at all. Be a man by yourself. Go without your wife, Undertaker.
So Ren Sinclair takes on Blake Monroe, Marcus. As predicted on Tuesday, Ren Sinclair would have a better showing than Blake Monroe, and she did because Blake Monroe, Marcus, I felt to speed up this match. I was like, I'm going to show respect to Ren, and I felt like I was watching this in reverse. Every time Blake Monroe was on offense, I felt like I was going back in time.
Oh no, we're in the Divas era. Here comes the Bronco Buster in the face X Factor.
Marcus, how about that kick?
I agree.
That kick. How about that kick? That kick was nice.
It was a good kick. That was a fantastic kick, by the way. Just fantastic. Like, I actually enjoyed the match. I thought it was fine. Again, I believe most of it before Ren. Maybe the support, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do a Blake Monroe. I feel like they got another Jay Cargill.
Well, not good.
Yeah, just someone that they put money into, and they're gonna be like, "It's gonna get better."
The
Man,
money is Tony
Storm. Just
Storm.
it back.
The money is Tony Storm. It's
They're
not.
never
It
getting.
wasn't. It was never Blake or whatever.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Mariah May. How do you get her name? That fast. Speaking of Tony Storm, was this a new story or not a new story? Her changing her Twitter name and taking the Robinson out of her name? Are they done?
She's separating the character Tony Storm away from her real life because Timeless Tony Storm cannot be compared in the same universe as Juice Robinson. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
I believe. Yeah.
Because I was actually sad for a way. I was going to blame Juice. I was like, you should have never shaved, you fool. You should have never shaved.
So this is the strike of all strikes, Marcus, because Blake wins, pins Ren after doing a butterfly DDT. And then Jordan Grace beats up security twice her size to get to Blake. Marcus, if I'm bigger than her and taller than her, I don't care. If she lays hands on me, I will beat up her and her pint-sized husband.
I feel, Manny, she will punch you and use all her muscle force, and you may go, "Oh no, this is harder than I thought it would be. This is harder than I thought it would be."
I don't care where her and her husband sit on the PWI 500. I sit on number 6 in the streets of Camden.
On Tuesday night in Camden.
You don't want to mess with Lord Manny Hayes.
You ain't messing with him.
I'm inclusive in my beatings.
Yeah, the man may be in biggest, but these assholes ain't. You don't know. You don't know you were in a fight today. As the Undertaker told Trick, I'm gonna make you famous, and that's what Manny on a Tuesday night does to people.
It's all inclusive over here.
Yeah. He hurts people. He hurts people. We're worried.
Blake hits a DDT on Jordan Grace.
Oh, yeah, she gets it.
An order security guard need to be fired, and they need to find new employment because they are terrible at their job.
Yeah, they're absolutely horrible from the beginning, and I just feel like that. As strong as Jordan is portrayed, she should have been held out. She could have got held in. Just this is defense.
Bubba tells Ren in the back that she had a great match, then handles some NQCC business and says, Tavion, if you win, you can leave. But Charlie, if you win, he has to stay and do it with a smile on his face. And then Eric's boy, Lexus King, comes up to Miles and be like, you're a phony. You're pretending to be deaf.
You ain't deaf. You ain't deaf. I had my earphones on the entire time, and I heard you the entire way. And I go, what is this answer?
I'm deaf, not mute. So, Marcus, I was worried about this. His disability is being used as part of story, and I don't think they should be doing that.
Yeah, they're gonna. I believe they're going to continue to do it, just like they did Zach Gallen's leg and everything else. Other people fought for injuries or whatever. So I think that this is going to continue throughout his career. How long that may last in WWE.
Yeah. So Ethan Page. Marcus, I agreed with a lot of things Ethan Page said today.
Go ahead. Spew it, man. Spew it.
He claims to be the greatest North American to hold the North American title. 17 men prior to this have held this title. He says going forward, the championship will no longer represent the continent of North America, because this is a lie. It should represent the dominance of Canada over America and Mexico and every country in it. He was born in Canada, but made in America, making him the greatest North American alive, and affords him the privilege of throwing the current North American title out of the ring and unveiling a Canadian flag strap one.
That's disrespectful.
He sings the Canadian anthem, national anthem, and then Santino comes out.
I know we declare other segments, the segments that what's the Hulk Hogan segment of the week, the Hulkamania Running Wild. This was the Hulkamania Running Wild segment of the week. This is probably what killed Hulk Hogan. I'm seeing the North American title not held by a black person. He got too excited and realized it was going, but didn't realize it was going to Canada or potential 51st state. So that just killed him. That was killed him.
Well, see, you see here, Marcus. currently the way America stands in the world,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to represent North America either. I'd want to
Understand.
distance myself.
That's a good place. Yeah, I mean it's good branding for you debates right there. He has a good
Right.
marketing team.
Right now, I would rather be the Intercontinental Champion rather than the US Champion. Ooh, I don't want to be the champion of that. Ooh.
Well, you know what? The current U.S. champion is a felon, and Solo Sikoa, who went to jail last week, and we don't know the situation of his police that or if he's going to even make SummerSlam.
Also, where the fuck is Julia? The female US champion.
Yeah. No, she was on. She was in. Was she in the Gauntlet? There was no Gauntlet. She was in the Battle Royal.
She was in the Battle Royal, but she hasn't been seen on 2 episodes of SmackDown since.
She was on a week previous. She cut a promo.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
She's on what I like to call the Shinsuke Nakamura tour. Cut mincy promos and then lose.
Santino Pandas then calls him a bumhole boy, which I'm going to start using more in canon. Challenges him to a match next week, essentially. We get the stare off between Obafemi. Well, it was the meeting of champions, as all the TNA champion, the NXT champion, and JC Jane with both her titles just appeared. Obafemi takes on Josh Briggs and Inamura. I'm glad Oba gave Briggs the business and the fall from grace and pinned Briggs. I'm sick of him.
Well, it's nothing like this was the match where the ref got pulled out the ring by Briggs, right? And the ref was like, "What the fuck?" and slid back in. I feel that next count should have been 3. I'm just saying that should have been 3.
Yeah, you shouldn't restart. You shouldn't restart.
That should have been 3. You could have had you could have had Josh just looking like a dumbass. Like you're supposed to take out the ref, not just count. Like he looked out. What the fuck? 3. Let's go. It's over. What are we doing?
Yeah, so Oba wins. I mean, this wasn't that bad of a match, but it's wild for Josh Briggs to say last week that for 4 years he's been having the greatest matches on NXT when nobody remembers any of them.
No, Josh Briggs is terrible. Yeah, then it's working out for him.
And then NXT ends with Undertaker telling Javon Evans to continue to go after the biggest dog in the yard. Mind your business, Undertaker. You and your meddling wife need to stay out of my present day wrestling. Fucking meddling everywhere.
They're just meddling. It's just annoying. And I would like to use Undertaker as an example to go back to our original topic of Hulk Hogan. Undertaker is as MAGA as it gets, and I believe his wife Michelle McCool. Example: not booed. Why? Because Undertaker hasn't been on camera saying some racist ass shit. And he supports Jasper Truly.
I mean, he on TV doesn't give off the impression that he's a racist asshole.
Yeah.
Even though he's been seen to wear the American flag with the blue stripe thing.
Yeah.
And stuff in support of the police and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Again, I don't fault people for what they believe is the truth in terms of how they vote and what they represent. I don't fault them with that. That's what if they're voting for a man with their personal policies for that reason, go ahead. If you're voting for a man, if you're voting for Donald Trump because of Donald Trump's actions, regardless of politics, then you're a bit of an asshole. You know what I mean?
If you're at the point, if you're still out there going, "Hey, Trump's the man," I feel like you're at a point of like, "Hey, there's too much going on around him at this current moment for you to be like going blind support." You might just be out of your mind at that point. At this point, you might just be in this cult or whatever. But I don't get that much about Undertaker.
But again, I judge a person more about their actions than who they support in politics.
Yeah.
So, I don't go around being like, "Oh, he's a Republican, he's a fucking dickhead," straight away. You have to prove to me you're a dickhead before.
They normally do in the next 30 seconds, man.
They do.
They normally do. They normally do. You can be like, "What? Oh,
if you're that outspoken, you normally do." But yeah.
There Did we finish the show? Is that
Yeah.
it? I underrate. What do you think of Jasper Troy? I feel like there should be an update.
I mean, as long as he doesn't say bend the knee, I think he's got a future. If he continues with that, I think he's gonna lose patience with me, and I think Eric said Shantae didn't like it either when they watched NXT last.
No, the bend the knee part is stupid. But I think in the ring, they chose the right person to win that match.
He's a good bit. You know what? It's been a while the way you've seen a big man wrestle like a big man.
Yeah,
they have big men on NXT on the main roster wrestling like they're fucking the current gen of the X division where they're doing flips and shit. It's not. You don't do that. Wrestle like a big man. Tell me the story.
Yeah, big man versus little man. And what did you think of the cop out this week? I wouldn't call it a cop out, but the finish of him driving Ricky Starks through the stage and getting the count out win, because we have been on the show saying Jasper Troy, well, you mostly, Jasper Troy can't take a loss. Can't take any.
He shouldn't. Loss. He shouldn't, because you don't. I liken him to the monster when Vince used to book what they described as monsters, but just a big man. Like the way they booked Kane, he was undefeated for a very long time. The way even the Great Khali, even though he was trash, you still have to portray him as unstoppable. So when a small man goes against him and eventually topples the giant, it seems way bigger. That's why I didn't like the thought of Jasper Troy losing to Obafemi straight that early into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that match should have happened that soon.
Yeah, so I don't even know where they're going with this Jasper Troy, Ricky Saints kind of deal. Is he done with Ethan Page, or I don't know where we're at with the storyline. And if the show ends with Javon and Undertaker going like, Undertaker telling Javon, go for the title, go for the title, go for the gold.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was. Go off and I think that might be the time. That might be the time Oba loses title and then he goes up to NXT. He goes off to the main roster.
Yeah, because Javon reminds me of a young AJ Styles.
No, but this is the thing.
I don't know if he's ready to take the belt, but he will be a good person to represent the NXT brand right now.
Yeah, I just mentioned about booking a big man. What they've done with Obafemi, even though he's looked weak and pushed to the limit for the last couple title defenses, he's still unstoppable.
Yeah.
So that's the booking you want to get. So if it is Javon that is the guy that beats him, it seems way more bigger that it will elevate Javon and the title run. But you just hope that Javon has what it takes afterwards to be that face who's chased the title to carry on that momentum. And most people, even people on the main roster, can't necessarily do that.
Yeah. Well, I think Foos is very somber show this week.
Yeah.
I know people who are tuning in at the regular time slot are like, wait a minute, you guys have only been on 15 minutes and it says an hour or whatnot. Well, we started early due to the breaking news of the death of Hulk Hogan. Condolences to Terry Bollea out there and the family, but fuck that, man. That's why we reiterate 1 hour ago. I still mean it.
Well, moving on to other things, Marcus. I believe both of us are seeing Fantastic Four tonight.
Yes.
I will be seeing it in maybe the next hour.
Yeah, I'm going to see it. I want to say the next 2 hours. It's selling really well.
I know. That's why I was like,
it's doing really well. And I'm going, oh man, I should buy my ticket early.
So there may be a review out in the space of the Saturday show. But that's dependent on me and Marcus actually finding time to record that thing. Yeah.
But Betty, right now, yay or nay?
It's looking like it's going to be a yay. Because people are also expecting a dumpster fire. Is what I'm expecting.
Yeah. I'm not expecting a dumpster fire. I won't say it that. I know I'm harsh on Marvel a bunch of times. I say they don't really make hits, but I do feel this one looks like they put some thought into it.
Like, no, I'm expecting a dumpster fire.
I feel like they put thought into it. Where the style
I'm expecting a dumpster fire.
I say they put some thought into this one, and I'm saying this will be an attempt to bounce back. Will it be as good as Superman? Who knows? I don't know.
The one thing about Superman that's going to win people over is the dog. People love dogs. Look at Marley and me. People talk about still to this day.
I've never seen that, and I will never see that. That or A Dog's Purpose, all these dog movies where the dog probably dies at the end. I stick to my dog staying alive, like Homeward Bound and Air Bud.
I'm watching things of the Westminster Dog Show and expecting Rika to do these tricks. I look at it and I look at her and I look at your cousins, and she ain't doing nothing.
All right, Randy, on a real random question. I was talking to Ryan, who, we go on off people wall conversations, and we were talking about dogs and movies and whatnot, and Air Bud came up, and let me pitch a movie to you. Would you watch the movie? I'm going to say inspired by true events. It's Air Bud.
Hold on. I'm gonna just have ChatGPT open. Okay, go ahead.
It's Air Bud, baby. I ain't fiction, but whatever. It's Air Bud, circa the early 2000s, in the Malice at the Palace. I'm just saying, it just writes itself, and he just gets to fight the Detroit Pistons and their fans, and he's with his boy Ron, and they doing it. They doing it. I'm just saying that just seems like a hell of a goddamn movie.
What if Air Bud was involved at the Malice at the Palace, and he played for the Pistons?
Pacers. No, he played for the Pacers. He's with Ron Artest. That's his boy. Ron got the couple stuff thrown out, and the first person wasn't Steven Jackson to go up there. It was Air Bud, and he went for the neck. He was quick. I'm just saying. That just seems like that would work. And ChatGPT should not. I think ChatGPT should cuss you out for even putting this in. What the fuck is this?
Malice at the Palace, 2004, was one of the most infamous brawls in NBA history, involving the Indiana Pacers, including Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, and Steven Jackson, and the Detroit Piston fans, after a fight broke out and spilled into the stands. Now imagine the same chaotic scene, but Air Bud, the golden retriever basketball phenom, is a member of the Indiana Pacers, owned by Ron Artest himself. Pre-brawl, Air Bud's role on the Pacers.
Pre-brawl. They gonna have stats. Are they gonna give him a stat sheet? He had 12 assists and 18 points.
He's the team's feel-good story, maybe a sixth dog coming off the bench. He wears a custom Pacers jersey with Bud on the back. He's Ron Artest's emotional support animal and teammate.
Manny, can I add something to ChatGPT? Bud on the back, but also smelling the weed.
Artest says in an interview, Bud keeps me grounded unless there's a soda flying at my head. During the brawl, a drink hits Artest while he's lying on the scorer's table. Air Bud growls. Instead of jumping into the stands, Artest points and yells, "Sick him, Bud!" Air Bud launches into the crowd, leaping over chairs into a furry missile. Chaos erupts as fans scatter. Some try to pet him, thinking he's cute. He's not there to play fetch. He doesn't bite anyone because there ain't no rule that says a dog can't be a peacemaker. But he blocks a chair thrown at Steven Jackson midair, like a golden retriever version of the Kembe Mutombo.
You know what? I want to kill some ChatGPT. Oh, going now he's a peaceful dog. He's out there doing defense.
Aftermath, Air Bud becomes a hero, and the league's PR spin machine says Air Bud prevented further injuries. He's now the NBA's first canine conflict resolution specialist. David Stern suspends him for leaving the bench, but reinstates him after public outcry. ESPN ran a 30 for 30. What if I told you the only thing standing between Ron Artest and a lifetime ban was a golden retriever? Final thoughts? Air Bud's involvement adds a bizarre but heartwarming twist instead of pure violence. The story becomes legend. The night a dog saved the NBA.
Fuck. I didn't realize he was going to be peaceful and become basically like the Dr. King of basketball.
ChatGPT has also asked me, do you want me to write a fake article or a script of this version of events?
I want a news article, Manny. I want to put this in a time capsule.
Well, Marcus, you better get ready for a thumbnail because this is going to be clipped.
I would love it. This needs to be a movie. This needs to be an animated series. I didn't see the plot twist of him being a peacemaker. Be cool. Be cool. NBA would have been out of hand without Ron Artest. I feel like if Rika was there, it would have just been bite, 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 bite.
No, she would. Do you think she would have saved Ron Artest? No.
No, she would have beat him too. He's black.
Rika doesn't bite people. She judges people.
Yeah, she judges people. Like she'd go up to the press box and be up there just barking at everybody.
My dog, I believe, would be John Jameson.
J.K. Smith has chimed in to conclude our show. Good morning, good evening. May Hulk Hogan rest in purgatory for the remainder of his existence, alone in a black space. And going, I'm racist to an extent, but these black spaces don't work for me.
And on that note, people, if you haven't hit that leg drop on that like button, maybe you should, because I don't think we'll ever be talking about Hulk Hogan again.
Manny, I think it's only one way to end the show, and I'm gonna put the image of Hogan up to do this. I wish we had the slow intro music coming in for this, and then it just goes into da 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 when it passing down and it hurts inside.